What's up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with you, man. This is Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, bro. Before I get going on today's video, you should know what to do by now, man. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and share the video, bro. If you come through and watch the video, be sure to hit the like button, man. Put your seatbelt on when you hop in my car. And if you want to have me hop on a panel or you want to collaborate with me, you can reach out to me on my email address at knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. Again, that's knockoutboxing, the number 8, the number 6 at yahoo.com. But without further ado, let's get it popping and let's get into today's video, bro. And today, we're going to talk about Canelo Alvarez a tad, bro. I ain't talked about him in a few weeks, so definitely want to talk to y'all about what's going on with him right now and kind of something that the fans are saying, something that Eddie Hearn has said, and kind of address it from my perspective, bro. So Eddie Hearn has come out and said there's nobody at 168 pounds or 175 pounds that can beat Canelo Alvarez, bro. And I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting that he said that, bro, and I think it's interesting that a lot of his fans believe the same thing, bro. And for me personally, I ain't got no problem with people that think that, bro. I ain't got no problem with people that think that. You know what I'm saying? If Canelo Alvarez is your guy, bro, if he's the person that you think is #1 pound for pound, if he's the person that you think nobody can beat in or around his weight class, bro, you are entitled to that opinion. You are entitled to that, bro, and I won't knock you for it because Canelo Alvarez is a hell of a fighter. Where some people lose me, bro, and what I want to address today, there's a difference between thinking that your dude wash everybody and making excuses for why he ain't got to fight certain fighters, bro. There's a difference between that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, me personally, I don't believe in barriers and stopping fighters from fighting each other and, you know, what has this dude proven, or look at who this guy's fighting and this is the guy that y'all say Canelo is ducking. Like, I hear that shit a lot with Jamal Charlo. Look at Jamal Charlo, he fighting Montiel, and this is the dude y'all say Canelo been ducking. Look at Andrade's resume, and this is the guy y'all say he ducking. Look, bro, nobody says that shit because of these fighters' resumes. You feel me? No one says that shit. No one says that shit. People say that because they can look at Jamal Charlo's skill level, right? They can look at the talent that he has and say, okay, he might be a tough matchup for Canelo. I want to see that fight. They can look at Andrade and say, okay, he might be a tough matchup for Canelo. I want to see that fight. They can look at David Benavidez and they can say, hey, he might be a tough matchup for Canelo. I want to see those fights. You feel what I'm saying? And so when you say that shit, it just seems like you trying to protect your favorite fighter, bro. This is the guy that he's ducking because he's fighting Montel, or this is the guy he ducking because of how he looked against Liam. You know, what was the dude name that Andrade just fought, Williams or some shit? I forgot his name, bro. But how he looked against him. These are the guys that y'all say Canelo is ducking. Like, look, bro. At the end of the day, we'll never know why Canelo decided not to fight Andrade. We'll never know that, bro, when he was one fight from undisputed. We'll never know that. And if he never fights Andrade, it's going to look like he was ducking him, bro. It's going to look like he was ducking him. And then with Jamal Charlo, bro, we'll never know why he accepted the franchise title so he didn't have a mandatory obligation against Jamal Charlo, but he wouldn't accept the franchise title and went ahead and fought Yildirim at 168, bro. We'll never know that shit. We'll never know why he did that unless he fights these fighters or if he decides not to fight these fighters, bro. We'll never know why he waited for David Benavidez to end up, you know, having to drop the belt by force because he did some undisciplined shit, some fault of his own. But he never had this energy at 168 while David Benavidez had one of those belts, bro. We'll never know why unless he fights the fighters that we want to see him fight. And me wanting to see him in a competitive fight don't make me a hater. I want to see how great he is, bro. I want to see how great he is. So it's one thing for somebody like Eddie Hearn, you know, for Canelo Alvarez fans to say he beats everybody at or around 168 and 175. Okay, cool, bro. Cool, that's cool. Believe that shit. Now let's see him fight the best in those divisions. Let's see him go against Bivol. You feel what I'm saying? Let's see him go against Beterbiev. Let's see him fight Benavidez, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what he does against Caleb Plant. Assuming that fight gets made, that fight should be next. Straight up and down. I want to see that fight next. It's for undisputed, and ain't nobody got shit holding them up. So that needs to be the fight that both of these fighters is looking to make. And they both seem to want to fight right now, but we'll see how it plays out. But all in all, bro, if you a fan of these different fighters, bro, like, and you think certain fighters ain't ready, or you think certain fighters' resume ain't up to par to fight your favorite fighter, bro, then I'd ask you to look at your own fighter's resume. Because when people say, well, Charlo Montiel, bro, like, look at Charlo's resume. Why does he deserve a fight with Canelo? Or look at David Benavidez. He ain't even a champion. Look at his resume, too. Why does he deserve a fight with Canelo? I would say, bro, look at Rocky Fielding's resume before getting the Canelo fight. Look at Liam's resume before getting the Canelo fight. Look at Avni Yildirim's resume before getting the Canelo fight. And that's where that argument loses me, bro. And that's what I be trying to tell people. Like, you lose me with that argument, man, when you the guy you making that argument for is fighting people with worse resumes. So you can shit on Jamal Charlo's resume, right? To say, oh, he don't deserve a fight with Canelo. You know, him and Andrade need to fight each other. You can shit on their resume, right? Because their resumes ain't the best. Like, I ain't here to say that. But you can't shit on their resume while Canelo Alvarez is over here fighting Avni Yildirim. You can't shit on their resume when Canelo Alvarez fought Callum Smith coming off of that Rocker fight where Callum Smith looked straight garbage, bro. You can't shit on their resume when Canelo Alvarez is fighting Rocky Fieldings, bro. You can't do that shit. Because it makes you seem like you picking and choosing. So for that argument applies to Benavidez, that argument applies to Charlo, that argument applies to Andrade, but it don't apply to those guys I just named that Canelo Alvarez did fight. So what's the barometer, bro? What's the reasoning? And so when you have a certain segment of fans, it's like, yo, Canelo ducking these dudes, bro. He avoiding a certain type of fighter. When you have certain segment of fans to say that shit, bro, this is why they say it. Because you shitting on, you saying, okay, well, they need to fight each other, or they don't get to fight because of X, Y, and Z. But then someone that's in a worse circumstance, someone who isn't as accomplished as the guys that you shitting on, they do get the fight. And that shit is a walking contradiction, bro. And you contradict yourself when you take that stance. And so that's my thing about it, bro. Like, if he washes them, if he beats everybody, okay, cool, bro. Believe that shit. Now let's prove it. Let's prove it. Like, I believe Gervonta Davis can beat a lot of guys at 140. I do. I want to see him fight him, though. I believe he could have been the king at 130. I want to see those fights. I want to see him at 135. I don't want to shit on, like, Devin Haney versus Gervonta Tank Davis, because Devin Haney, you know, either got hurt by Linares, or Linares is the best fight on his resume, and he don't really have a lot of he don't have a lot of shit other than that. Nah, I want to see Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis fight because my eyes are telling me that they two are the best. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez fight because my eyes tell me that they two are the best at that division. You know, that whole resume shit, because at the end of the day, if you shitting on Devin Haney's resume, but then you got Teofimo Lopez is fighting Kambosos, like, that shit don't make sense to me, bro. And that's all I'm saying with this shit. Not to hate on nobody, bro. I just want to see great fights. And it seemed like a lot of fans here in boxing, bro, a lot of you guys, y'all don't want to see that type of shit. You know, you want to make excuses. You want to down the other fighter to big up your favorite fighter while your favorite fighter is fighting lesser competition. That shit don't make sense to me. You can't shit on Devin. If you're, like, for instance, if you're a Teofimo Lopez fan, bro, you can't shit on Devin Haney while Teofimo Lopez is fighting George Kambosos, bro. You just can't. The shit don't make sense. Because Devin Haney, for whatever you say about him not being ready, for whatever you say about how he looked against Linares, he's better, far better than George Kambosos. And it will give Teofimo Lopez to get, again, that Josh Taylor type of undisputed. You feel what I'm saying? That Jermaine Taylor type of undisputed. That Clarissa Shields type of undisputed. 2 times. That's the type of undisputed he would get fighting against Devin Haney versus some mandatory challenger in George Kambosos. Same thing with Canelo Alvarez, bro. The same point I'm making, and I'll let y'all get out of here, bro. You cannot shit on David Benavidez. You cannot shit on Caleb Plant, hoping that fight gets made. You cannot shit on Jamal Charlo. You cannot shit on Demetrius Andrade. While Canelo Alvarez is running around here fighting Callum Smiths and fucking Billy Joe Saunders and fucking Avni Yildirims and shit. You can't do that shit, bro. Because at the end of the day, what's so good on Billy Joe Saunders' resume that wasn't on Demetrius Andrade's resume at the time? What's so good on Billy Joe Saunders' resume that wasn't on David Benavidez's resume at the time when David Benavidez was a champion? What's so good on Billy Joe Saunders' resume that ain't on Caleb Plant's resume? Or what was so good on Sergey Kovalev's resume that wasn't on Bivol's resume or wasn't on Berterbiev's resume? You feel what I'm saying? All these guys that we talking about that I'm naming, bro, those are all great fights. Those are all highly competitive fights. And at the end of the day, if Canelo come calling, they would all answer the call. So why ain't he calling them yet? Why is he either A, saving them for last, or B, outright avoiding them, bro? Whatever your thought process is, that's all I'm saying, bro. It's cool to think that he can beat everybody at 168 and 175, but now let's go prove it, bro. Show me. Don't just tell me you can beat everybody. I don't like that argument. Like Terrence Crawford, man, he washes everybody. He knock out Sean Porter. He'll beat the shit out of Earl Spence. He'll do Keith Thurman bad. Okay, great. Show me. Show me. I want to see it. That's where I'm at with it, bro. But y'all let me know what y'all think down below, man. Do you believe Canelo Alvarez beats everybody at 168 and 175? If so, that's cool. But do you at least want to see the fights? I know I do, man. Comment down below. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. Put your seatbelt on when you hop in my car. And if you want me on the panel, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email. I appreciate y'all watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out. Chill. Peace.